Hey yo, I'm back with another video, and today I want to talk about Renato Moicano defeating Benoit St Danis in Paris. Okay, but before that, please subscribe to my channel. I've got very few subscribers. I want to get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of this year. And also, watch this video at 2x the speed so that it saves some of your time. Let's get into the discussion. Okay, well, UFC Paris was actually a good fight card. It was a really good fight card. We got to see a couple of good finishes. We got to see a really good performance by the main event. The main event was really good. The co-main event was apparently good as well. William Gomez, this was good. Brian Battle finished Kevin Jose, and Morgan Cherry knocked out Gabriel Miranda, I believe. Yeah, left hook. And this dude, like Fares Diam, uh, he knocked out Matt Favola. Not just knocked him out, he destroyed him. He destroyed Matt Favola. So, okay, let's start from the early prelims. I did not watch the Chris Duncan fight, but he won by guillotine. Good for him. Good for him. He is 12 and 2. Jacqueline Cavalcanti, she won, defeated Norma Cormally. Then there were a lot of these unanimous decision. Ellen Perez won by arm triangle. I predicted Daria Zeleznyakova to win, but Ellen Perez, she won because I had no idea who was going to win in this fight. Taylor Lupulas versus Vince Morales. Taylor Lupulas, he won. Vince Morales lost. Ludovic Klein, he won. Omar Sy won. I think Paris had a good, a lot of fighters from France. They actually won this fight, won their fights. So actually a good day for France or the Paris crowd. The crowd was shouting like hell, and the crowd was apparently not so nice, according to Brian Battle and some of the other fighters. But they were shouting a lot. Then there is Jan Kutelaba. He won. Yeah, it's really weird, right? Jan Kutelaba finds a way to win. Jan Kutelaba is really talented, but it's just that he does some really stupid stuff. Like he pretends to get knocked out, then he actually gets knocked out. I think that was against Ankalaev. What a character! I mean, what a character he is. Fury Ziam. Okay, this fight, I watched this fight. He knocked out Matt Provola with a knee, and that was a very good knee. And toward the entire fight, Fares Jiam, he was doing well compared to Matt Provola. Fares Jiam is, how tall is he? He's like 6'1". I want to see him fight against somebody like Daniel Zellhuber, maybe because he's also 6'1", or Joel Alvarez, or Jalen Turner. I want to see them fight each other because these are tall people and they just keep striking. And when it comes to grappling, they just lose to the grapplers, to the good grapplers in the lightweight division. And considering he's, how old is he? I believe he's like 26. Yeah, he's 27. So let's just say he gets close to the title by the time he's 30. And by the time he's 30, in the next 3 years, I can see Usman Nurmagomedov, that is Umar's little brother, Habib's little cousin. He might be making his debut in the UFC. So whatever, man. Anyway, Morgan Sherry, he also knocked him out. I did not watch this fight, but I did watch this fight. Brian Battle versus Kevin Jose. And Brian Battle had a lot of good moments, but he also got knocked out a lot. He does not really have a good fight IQ because even when he was winning certain things, he would just not land elbows. He's a sloppy fighter. Let us just put it that way. He's really sloppy as a fighter. Like both of them are sloppy, but Kevin Jose had better striking for sure. And Brian Battle, even though he was winning certain exchanges, he still kept trying to take Kevin Jose down. I genuinely do not understand why would you do that. But then after he won, I think he flipped off the crowd. He shouted at the crowd, which is rightfully so because the crowd was also like really weird. Whatever, man. Brian Battle, he's on a good winning streak. I believe he's on a three-fight winning streak. I am not exactly sure. I would like. I would have to watch. I'll have to see. Uh, yeah, he's on a three-fight winning streak. Then he lost to prior to that he lost to Rinat Fakhretdinov, and prior to that he also won 3 fights. Uh, yes, like he's been winning a couple of fights in. He was on a crazy win streak actually. Then he lost to Rinat, and after that he's also on a three-fight winning streak. I don't know. He's how old is he? He's like 30. Yeah, and he's really a sloppy fighter. That is his problem. He's not smooth. He does get tired, and he throws a lot of sloppy punches. So I guess that's a problem especially in the welterweight division because we've got a lot of young talent in the welterweight division, and we have some good strikers and some good grapplers in there. Some up and comers, right? I forgot that guy. Like he's from Fighting Nerds. What was it? The Brazilian guy from Fighting Nerds. He smokes cigarette and fights. I forgot him. I forgot his name. I believe Carlos Prates. I think there's Carlos Prates. I mean, him versus Brian Battle. I think Brian Battle is going to get smoked. Uh, you never know. You never know. He might do well. This is UFC. Nothing really makes any sense. MMA does not make any sense. William Gomez, he won against Jonderson Brito. I actually did not watch this fight. I did not watch any of the fights live because by the time I woke up, I think these fights were over. I think so. Was it? Yes, yes. By the time I woke up and I had to leave for an exam or something, like I had some work to take care of, and by the time I woke up, all the fights were almost over. So I watched these fights later, recorded content. William Gomez is at featherweight. He's 6 feet at featherweight, very tall. Jonderson Brito, according to the most of the YouTubers and YouTubers who talk about mixed martial arts on YouTube, according to them, Jonderson Brito did well, but it was a robbery or something. I don't know. A split decision in France for a France like a for a French guy. You know, you don't know, you don't know. Who knows? I didn't watch this fight live, so it will be very wrong for me to talk bad about William Gomez or Jonderson Brito. So I did not know. Okay, Nasrouddine Imavov versus Brandon Allen. I watched certain snippets of it on YouTube, and I did watch. I tried to watch the fight, but there's something wrong with my application where I watch this fight. Again, I'm not from America, but in this part of the world, Sony, like whatever, man. Sony sucks. They suck. They suck with Spider-Man. They suck with every stupid stuff that they're doing, and they'll suck. They're making the UFC experience bad. Like, who the hell puts a ad right between a fight? Imagine somebody's throwing an elbow and they just put an ad when you're watching the fights on repeat. That's a really bad problem. Somebody needs to get fired. Somebody needs to get fired, for God's sake. And I predicted this, by the way. My prediction regarding Nasrouddine Imavov is right. I predicted Nasrouddine Imavov to win this fight by unanimous decision, and he did that. Because Brandon Allen does not really, for some reason, Brandon Allen does not have great fight IQ, I believe, according to a lot of people. I think he swears by his grappling. His grappling is good, but for some reason, I don't know, what happened in this fight. I have no idea. Imavov had more KO TKO. Like, I don't think he had any KO TKO, whatever. But Imavov landed a good number of, like, let me look at these stats. Where can I see the stats? But let's just go. Let's just not talk about it. But Nasrouddine Imavov, I don't know why they call him the Russian sniper, because I've never seen him sniping anybody. The only fight that I saw him finishing was of Jared Cannonier, and that was also like a early stoppage, I would say. And the fight that against Caio Berhalo was a late stoppage. But now, who wins? Like, Nasrouddine Imavov versus Caio Berhalo would be a good fight. I think that makes sense because they are both on a winning streak. They both defeated. Who did they defeat? Caio Berhalo defeated Jared Cannonier, and Nasrouddine Imavov defeated Jared Cannonier and Brandon Allen. And I don't know where Brandon Allen is right now, but Brandon Allen versus Marvin Vettori would be a really good fight because Marvin Vettori and Brandon Allen apparently had some scuffle, had a good couple of punches, couple of exchanges in some hotel lobby or some place, I don't know, in some casino. But this is the fight that I care. Manny Moicano. I cannot afford to lose, brother. I cannot afford to lose. If you want financial security, read something. I don't know, whatever you got to know. Like, Renato Moicano, out of all people, is suggesting others to read books on economics, books on democracy, books on on governance and financial freedom. I don't know, whatever he is doing. At the level of disrespect, the level of disrespect. But whatever, man. Manny Moicano, he was on. Like, I think this has become a ritual right now. I pick against Moicano, he wins, and I'll keep picking against him. I want to see my man win. I want to see him win a lot because he's a really entertaining fighter, and Renato Moicano is the best example of how to make grappling interesting. A lot of people say that grappling, we hate Merab because Merab is a grappler. We don't like grappler. We are casuals. Like, it's not about being casual, dude. Like, if you cannot finish your opponent for 5 rounds and you just lay on top of him, you could not even land a single elbow on his face, you cannot break his face, then that's a problem. Then there's a problem with you. There's a problem with the other guy because he cannot defend the takedowns and whatever. And there's a problem with you because you cannot finish him. You should be able to finish your opponent. For God's sake. How is that even a problem? Once your opponent is down, you're somehow supposed to finish it. Habib finished Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor, all three of them on the ground. That's the reason Habib is respected. That's the reason people love Habib, right? Whatever. But enough with that. Renato Moicano, what a performance against Benoit St Danis. I thought Benoit St Danis would win this fight probably by a finish because there was no way he was going 5 rounds against Renato Moicano. But in the first round itself, Moicano just dominated him. I think they exchanged a couple of shots, but I don't think any of those shots really landed clean on each other. But he threw a kick. I think it was a left leg. He was throwing a lot of kicks, by the way. Benoit Sandani was throwing a lot of kicks. When he threw a kick, while Moicano was able to grab the kick, and then of course, then he had a bear hug on him. Then he took his back. No, then I think bear hug. He did a leg trip. I think there was a trip, and then from there on, there was a really beautiful sequence. It was actually very very fast. When I was watching it, it was really fast. Like Moicano was able to take his back like at a snap, and then what can I say, man? What can I say about his performance? I think that was the most like 10-8. Yeah, I think Michael Bisping called it a 10-7 round. I think that was a 10-7 round. I think that was a 10-7 round. With the amount of damage that Renato Moicano landed on Benoit Santani's face, the elbows, the fist, the elbows, the punches, and he even got his back taken. Like yeah, like Renato Moicano even got to Benoit Santani's back, and he was able to put on those hooks. I think then he put on a figure four, or was it a hook, or like basically he wrapped his legs around Benoit Santani, and then when Benoit Santani turned on, like he turned to the other side, Renato Moicano kept the hook. That is, he kept the figure four. Like yeah, and he did not give up on that figure four. And basically, he ended up on a mount position and then started landing a lot of elbows, a lot of knees. Renato Moicano was like on his control on the ground was something else. He had him in side control. He had him in, I think he was there in the open guard or half guard, whatever that is called. I think it's called half guard. Wow, I don't even know jack shit about jiu-jitsu. I need to learn, Ben. Um, then yes, and eventually he was able to get the mount position, and then from the mount he was able to land a good number of elbows and punches. And I think it was his right eye that was completely shot at that point of time. And then of course the left eye was shot. And yeah, I mean after the first round, Benoit Sandini's face was completely uh, destroyed. Man, his face was destroyed. Both his eyes were shut. Almost his eyes were swollen. I don't think he could see. But still, he was. But we will all have to give a uh, praise. We'll have all have to praise Benoit Sandini's hard, because in the second round when he came back, he was still landing a couple of shots on Moicano. I don't think those were clean shots because, but he was telegraphing his shot and everything. But Benoit Sandini, the fact that he came back and fought in the second round, and still he did not really quit on himself. It was doctors, and I think it was a very right decision to quit on to stop the fight. A lot of people are saying that they should have continued the fight. No, I think Benoit Sandini would have gone blind if he would have continued, because those eyes were like, it was horrible. Like trust me, those are some really bad. Because when I sparred once, I got punched right on my eyebrow, right above my eye, and it's something else. Like for the next, I think a week, every time I close or open my eye, there is a certain pain in there. I don't know how to explain it. It's a tingling pain. It's there. It's not a big deal, but yeah, I mean, if you have been punched on your eye, like whenever you're sparring or doing something, then you know what it feels like. And multiply that by like 100 or 1,000, whatever happened to Benoit Sandini's face. I think then he had a lump on the back of his head. Whatever, like man, come on. Then Moni Moicano did some nasty things. And the thing is, we all written like Moni Moicano was written off by a lot of people, except for like I believe MMA Guru and a couple of them. And Moicano's, like I said, he is one of the best examples of hey, having good fight IQ. The dude has learned his lesson that hey, grappling is the better way to win a fight, especially in the UFC under these unified rules and whatnot. I think taking your opponent to the ground and doing him damage on the ground. People like Marab Devalishvili and Curtis Blades and like all of these people, they should learn from Manny Moicano. This is how you finish your opponent on the ground. Even though you don't finish him, you do so much of damage to him that in the next round, the doctor has to step in, or his team has to throw in a towel. That is what was going to happen. And yeah, I mean, come on, like, and Benoit Sandani, I think he got fraud checked. I think Benoit Sandani might be the next Darren Till at this point of time. I mean, Darren Till at least fought for the belt, but Benoit Sandani might be the next Darren Till because he was on a crazy win streak. Then he fought against Dustin Poirier, where again we picked Benoit Sandani to win that fight, but Dustin Poirier, I mean, we were all wrong. But Dustin Poirier knocked him out clean, and after that, Renato Moicano came back, and I think Renato Moicano actually did more damage to Benoit St Danis than Dustin Poirier, because Dustin Poirier could not finish it. Like Dustin Poirier knocked him out cold. Did not finish him, or did not really do that much of damage. But on the other hand, Renato just ruined his face. I think he should take like a year or two. I don't think he should take 2 years, but I think he should take like I'm talking about Benoit St Danis. I think he should take 1.5 year of break, like really improve his boxing, improve his head movement, learn how to pace himself, and I think he had some good pace. I don't think pacing is a problem, but the dude needs to like really assess his style of fighting, man. Whatever he's doing there was not working. Two back-to-back losses, and those are some hard losses, I believe. Yeah, two back-to-back losses, man. Dustin and Renato. So he's not ready for the top 10. He's not ready for the top. Yeah, he's definitely not ready for the top 10, I would say. Like if Dustin Poirier, like if Renato Moicano can do that to you, then there are other fighters in the lightweight division who can also do that to you, like Dan Hooker, or I don't know, like who's Matthews Gamrot is in there. Matthews Gamrot versus, yeah, Matthews Gamrot won't do that to you because Matthews just does, he'll just take you down and just keep you on the ground. Rafael Fiziev, I think he'll be back. I think he's also fighting. Even he'll do some bad things to you. Like, so yeah, whatever, man. But in this, like, the fact is, I believe Benoit St Danis does not have really good. Like, I think he started. Like, when did he start fighting? Uh, I think he started fighting in 2019. So it's been only like 5 years since he has fought. So, and it's not really that easy to learn the various martial arts involved in MMA. That is jiu-jitsu, wrestling, kickboxing, Muay Thai, boxing. I mean, some people also put in a lot of I don't know, sambo and stuff like that. And he's a judo black belt. So I mean, judo base has not transferred or transitioned into MMA that well. The only person who was able to use judo to get the only two people that I can think of who use judo to win probably is Cairo Pyrosian and Ronda Rousey. They're both the students of Judo Jin Level, a legendary judoka. But otherwise, most of the people who come from judo do not really transition that well into MMA. But I think that's the problem. Like Benoit St Danis is not really that good when it comes to his grappling. He needs to improve his grappling. He needs to learn how to, defend your back tags. He needs to learn how to not get mounted by someone. And yeah, I think he should take a good break. As far as Renato Moicano, he has already called out Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett. Easy money, brother. Easy money. Easy money, brother. Easy money. Listen something, brother. Listen something, brother. Whatever, man. Big props to Manny Moicano, man. Overall, UFC Paris was a good fight card. I only saw the good fight, so it might not be that great either. So I guess that's it from today's video, man. Big shout out to Manny Moicano. We thought he would win, but he did. And Nasrouddine Imavov, big shout out to him as well because he's the only one who won. I think he was, yeah, Brian Battle and and Nasrouddine Imavov. Those are the only picks that I got right. But I guess that's it from today's video. If you enjoyed this video, then drop a like and please share and subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. I've got very few subscribers. And share this video to your friends and family who watches or enjoys UFC. And I'll be back with another video, I guess, then. Peace out.